This is the Expired Podcast by Macy Bookout and Natalie Gard, a Chattanooga, Tennessee-based crime cast. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Here we go.
Another day.
Another day.
That sounded like allergies.
Oh, good. I feel like I've been sick for
Weeks.
weeks.
Yeah.
A lot of people are getting this right now.
Facts. It's so
And
bad.
it's not COVID and it's not stress. It's so weird.
I think it's allergies. Our seasons are way off. Like, it still could be cold right now.
I know.
And it is never cold in May in
Never.
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Never.
And it is still cold.
Yeah, weird.
Very weird.
Very weird.
Irritating.
But we can always complain about the weather. We always do. It's so weird here.
If bipolar.
Yeah, it is my weather here.
We'll put it this way. If the weather in Chattanooga, Tennessee did meth,
Oh,
it would definitely murder people.
it does murder people sometimes.
Facts.
It does. I am so excited because we got a package. Our first,
Care package.
Yeah. This is so cool. This is from Jenny. She runs Jenny Loves Glitter Company,
Mhm.
or Jenny Loves Glitter Co.
Mhm.
And she sent this to us because she listens to our podcast. Isn't that cool?
I'm so excited. And she said, like, once for you, once for me, and then we have to fight over something else.
Uh-huh.
This will be interesting.
This has been sitting on my counter for a couple days, and I've just been dying to open it. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Very excited.
I am too. Send us stuff.
Do we need scissors?
No.
Okay.
We'll put
You want me to use my fingernails?
address. Yeah, you open. Address in our description box. So if you want to send us something.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that most of this is, well, these things, you're going to love these, but they can only be for you. They're really cool, though.
Wow!
Those are cool.
So cool. Cheetah print.
If those were plugs, I would wear them.
Ooh, those are so pretty.
Oh my god, little keychains.
Oh, that is so cool. Cute.
Okay, you want that one?
Cow, hell yeah.
I love this.
I love it too. I wonder if
This
she
is
saw
cool.
like our cups. Like, because your cup is silver and I usually have my cow cup with me.
Mm-hmm. These are cool.
Aww.
I like those. I like the way they feel.
I know.
I feel like you just roll them. Yeah, it's like stress relieving
Yeah.
almost.
Ooh.
The texture is sweet. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
You down for that?
So cute.
Okay, we are not done.
More?
Oh, we got a little note. We'll read that right after. Okay. Oh,
Has my name on it.
oh my
Oh,
god! I only raised ballers.
That is so
I love this so much. That's so thoughtful.
You
Oh
can
my
tell she
gosh.
listens.
Yes. We are not done yet.
Oh,
shoot.
we got matching pins.
Mom Life,
Cute.
Macy,
Cute.
Wait, Fort.
What is it? Oh my gosh. That is so cute.
Oh my goodness.
These
Oh my
are
god,
so
yours has
good.
blood on it.
Yours does too. Like,
Why are we so excited about blood?
because we love it. Oh, she knows we like pins.
I'm trading.
Okay.
Dude.
So good.
Handprints?
I know. Crime tape. I got a footprint on mine.
Y'all.
These are good.
These are awesome. Look at the sunglasses and the little bandana.
Cute.
How sweet.
That is so nice.
These are awesome.
These are. Shop with her.
Straight up. Like, for the win.
This would be a great, teacher gift.
Oh my gosh. Any gift. Gift for yourself. Self-love gift. Something to look forward to getting.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I only raise ballers. Listen.
That is cute.
I do only raise ballers, okay? Oh, and wrestlers, but Ooh, they write good too.
Oh, do they?
Oh, they write good.
Oh, God.
That was gonna be you know me. That was gonna be the real test for me.
Yeah.
Was do they write well? Yeah, don't they? They're nice. It's like they mean it.
Oh, yeah.
They mean it when they write it.
These are so cute.
So much.
I do too.
I feel loved.
So cute.
These
I
are
love
awesome,
this.
y'all.
This is so cool.
Very cool. Obsessed. The caution tape one though,
So
too.
good.
Oh my goodness. Win. Total win. Okay, let's see. We have a cute little card here too. Macy and Natalie, hi girls. I've really been enjoying the podcast and wanted to send you some goodies from my small business. Hope you guys like everything. We love it. Not
Love
just
it.
like. From Jenny at Jenny Loves Glitter Co. We're going to be tagging her because this stuff is awesome.
Yeah. Stupid.
We'll have to post pictures too of like the details in all of them, all the things, because she wins.
She does win.
She's winning.
I love it.
Me too. Are you going to use your caution tape pen today?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I will. I'm putting the rest of mine in here for now so I don't lose them. Yeah, it's been one of those weeks. Been filming all week. We just got done with a photo shoot last weekend.
Yeah. It's been nonstop. Busy, 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 busy. Have a headache all day.
Did that essential oils help a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. With the edge off for sure.
You have mint gum. Mint helps with headaches too. I have those like Listerine strip things. For me, it helps. Mint scents help.
Yeah.
Do you like lemon in your water?
Mm-hmm.
I would suggest getting a lemon and putting it in ice water when you get home. Helps with nausea and tension.
Yeah.
Headaches. I'm so that was so sweet.
Wasn't it?
So sweet.
That's so nice.
Like she went out of her way to do that.
Yeah, she did.
Man. You know, just when you're like, man, everybody in the whole wide world is an asshole.
Yeah.
Somebody like that goes out of their way to do something really nice with no guarantee that we would even like talk about it or share it, you know? I just root for people that just like to make other people smile.
I root for women.
Facts. All the women.
Literally,
All the women.
everyone that I pay for a service, except for my exterminator, is a woman.
Yes.
My doctors, my veterinarian. I like to go to this specific oil changing place because it's a woman that works there.
I'm big too on like men that own businesses, but their women are the ones that like are running it and are like keeping it going type of thing. Like they do the service, but the woman, it reminds me of my parents.
Yeah.
My dad owns an auto body shop that's still like years later, like she's the one that's in there like making sure things are up to code and like taxes, payroll, all the stuff, like making sure inventory's right, making sure everybody's doing their job. Like if my mom, and she has her own job, like she goes in there at the end of the week after her work is done. So go women, go us.
Except for when it comes to our case today. Because this is, when it comes to episodes, this is the first, not convicted yet, but woman. Charged. Yeah, first charged woman.
And arrested,
And is sitting in jail right now.
Yeah, and I feel like we keep, like the last few cases we've had to say this, and I'm starting to wonder if it's something to do with our state. But there's not a lot of information that we can't even sleuth enough to find information. Like,
maybe it is.
Or, but also like ongoing. Ongoing stuff usually stays under wraps pretty tirelessly. But we are going to share some of our upcoming cases with you guys at the end of this episode.
Yes.
Because I also feel like the last few cases we've gotten people that are reaching out to us with information.
Yeah, after the fact, so we need to get ahead of it.
Yeah, we need to get ahead of it. So we're going to share with y'all some of the cases we're covering coming up so that if you or anyone you know or anything,
or
any information.
A lot of times I lived in that town when that was happening.
Yes.
That happened a lot with Holly Bobo.
Mm-hmm.
So just, if you know anything or know someone that might know something, maybe share it with them. Because we just really want to get the story.
Yeah, we want to get the story that's not from
the
just
media.
Trying to see in between the lines on social media or what reporters have said or if the case was covered and put on, say, like ID or some sort of network. We want like people that were there.
Yeah.
Or like that experienced this. Or are related in any way, shape, or form, so that it humanizes it a little bit more.
Yeah, I think just knowing more about the victim,
especially the victim,
or anybody,
or the perpetrator,
involved in the case, just learning more.
Yes,
about it. It's so interesting.
It is,
and it really does put like a face to the name. And
yeah,
like really who the person was, not what happened to them.
Exactly. Yeah, we're big on that, and it's really hard to keep it real. And I don't know. I just know we're both very empathetic people.
Mm-hmm.
We obviously, I feel like we say this all the time. We never want to come across as like just doing this to do something.
No.
Like we're actually doing it because we love it, but we also want to bring awareness to certain things and then also bring awareness to any victims. And it's a lot easier for us to do that when we can really get to know the victims as people, not as victims.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that said, we don't have much details for right now.
Because it's ongoing.
Yeah, but I do feel like we'll probably update this episode in a couple weeks because we do have
a trial coming up at some point.
Yeah, and maybe some people that were close to the victim or that lived in this area at the time, went to school with these people, all these things. And hopefully we can get just some more personal information. So be on the lookout for that too. Like when this airs, it will be this episode, but we'll probably come back and update it.
Yeah.
And add some things to it. And with that, shall we get started?
We should. T.S. Thomas Stephen Thrasher. He went by T.S. because his dad was also named
Thomas Stephen Thrasher.
Yep. Normal enough guy. This happened in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. He was 29 at the time. I think he worked at a movie theater at some point in his life.
Yeah.
Because we have literally, I just typed in his name and I found his obituary online, and you could actually like post messages and stuff to it. So I think one person in here was like, I always got my movie tips from him, like if I should see a movie or not.
Okay, that makes sense.
He was either a movie buff or worked at a theater.
Yeah.
Something like that, and we'll get back into that. But normal enough guy who's 29. He was married to a lady named Samantha who had a daughter herself. And then they had a daughter together. So they had two daughters. One was 7 and one was 5.
I know from a lot of the things that I read and listened to, like just about this case, about him, he was very much just a family guy. Like, just was there for people, loved to show up like for his kids, for other kids in the family, just very much like that easygoing,
nurturing.
Yeah, like the one that like a family reunion is gonna throw football or feed the toddler banana pudding type of thing. Like, not afraid of kids or like too cool for kids. He was just like,
just a cool guy.
Yeah. And one of the things I heard too, and this came from other people that were actually covering this, and it really stuck out to me because I hadn't really heard this before, but apparently, and now it makes sense because his dad was very much invested in figuring this out and making sure that he was not forgotten, this case wasn't forgotten, but that his dad really idolized and like looked up to his son in a way that normally sons look up to their dad.
Yeah, it's usually the other way around.
Yes. And I think that kind of also speaks to, it seems like he had like an old soul.
Yeah. Wise.
Yeah, and just calm.
Yeah.
Like,
not hot-headed.
No.
His dad even said the dad had more enemies than his son did.
Yes. Yeah.
And being younger, you make mistakes. And so, yeah.
It's an interesting situation.
Yeah. He grew up in Oak Ridge with a blended family. He had lots of siblings. One sibling had Down syndrome. And
he took to her. He took very good care of her.
Just a good guy. Married, working. All of his coworkers loved him.
Treated his stepdaughter like his own, which speaks volumes to me because I know what that takes from a man.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's big deal. Big deal. So, 2 daughters and young. Still very
29.
young. Yeah.
A year older than me. Oh, can't imagine. So his wife Samantha, and their 2 daughters lived in an apartment in Oak Ridge. And on December 8th of 2014, at about 4:30ish in the morning, he was on the couch and shot in the head.
Of an apartment, so there are many
shared walls.
Yeah. Other doors very close by. And I do want to point out here that a lot of our recent cases, I feel like, have been in very rural areas of Tennessee. Oak Ridge is not that. From a standpoint of if you're living in an apartment complex in Oak Ridge, to me, that is not as rural as it can be. You know that part of Oak Ridge where like the mall is, like Turkey Creek and stuff like that? That's like a happening spot. Like that's where you're going to get the restaurants, the shopping.
Concerts.
Yeah, all the yes. Bars, like all kinds of stuff. Now, anywhere in Tennessee really besides like Nashville, downtown Chattanooga, Knoxville, Memphis, Oak Ridge, it's a
sub-city.
Right, outside of Knoxville, and it's like as soon as you're outside of that, you're in rural area.
Yeah.
But if you're living, in my opinion, I don't exactly know where these apartments were, but based off of what I've read, they were kind of in the middle of
the town.
Happening
area.
Which is much more city than a lot of other cases we've covered for the area. Like for this to happen in an apartment complex in Oak Ridge, it's not like nobody else was around.
Yeah.
And it's also not like these apartments were like run down by any means.
Right.
Because Oak Ridge just isn't that kind of, it's more of an upscale area.
What boggles me is that no one heard except for Samantha. She's the one who called 911.
Yeah. And she said she was not in the room.
She was, sleeping with her daughters or something. Or
he was on the couch, I guess.
Yeah, he was on the couch.
And maybe she was either asleep in the bed with one of them or asleep in their bed or something.
Yeah.
Heard the gunshot or heard the sound. Called 911. And then when they arrived, he was dead from an apparent gunshot wound to the head. So, but no other neighbors or anyone
heard anything or anything.
And this was at like 4:30 in the morning.
I mean, they could have been asleep, but
A
something like
gunshot
that.
is loud.
I know.
So that
Maybe
also
a
brings, what if it was like
silencer?
a silencer or if it was muffled? Yeah.
I don't know if they found any evidence on that, but they haven't released everything, obviously.
No, there's a lot they haven't released. They're being very tight-lipped
Yeah.
and like keeping stuff very close to their vest as far as investigations and like evidence that they have.
Yeah, they ruled out suicide right away because there was no murder weapon.
No
found.
murder weapon at all. Yeah,
But they didn't find that there was a break-in either.
no, there was no windows broken. There was no foul play as far as like the door, windows.
Everything was in its place.
Mhm.
Like nothing, a struggle hadn't ensued.
No robbery, no ransacking, nothing like that.
Yeah.
It was literally just gunshot victim,
Uh-huh.
nothing else.
Nothing else.
Call to 911. End
Yeah.
of story.
Mm-hmm.
Very strange. No one else was hurt.
No one else was hurt. Samantha was
Nothing.
fine. The girls were fine.
No one else saw. They didn't hear a gunshot. They didn't see anything. They didn't see anything weird outside of the apartment, in the parking lot of the apartment. Nothing. There's nothing.
And from all the accounts from his obituary, he did not have any enemies.
No. And that's what you were saying earlier.
Yeah.
His dad even said, I have more enemies than he does.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he doesn't have enemies. And I haven't seen or heard anything about anyone having a negative thing to say about him.
No, it's all positive stuff.
Yeah. And I'm not really, I'm not being like disrespectful or insensitive. The only way this makes sense is that if it's someone close to him or if he was leading some sort of double life. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the only way, in my opinion, this goes down.
Yeah.
The way that it went down.
Yeah. He said that he wasn't like into drugs. He wasn't having money problems.
No criminal activity.
Nothing on his record. It was just
bizarre
and random. Some of the stuff his friends said, I mean, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think the best way to really like share with him what he is or what he was, who he was, how he showed up for other people, is to go through some of these, because there's a lot of 11 pages.
Mm-hmm. So Roxy writes, I first met him when I was 14. He was always a great friend, uncle to my children, and I considered him family. I can't believe it's been a year. The kids miss you now more than ever. We can't talk about you without crying. I never got to say I'm sorry for our dumb fight, but you know I always loved you no matter what. I got a big tattoo of you. It's on my back. You fed me when I was hungry. You gave me a place to sleep. So I dedicated my entire back to you and your love for Wolverine. I know you would love it. With the script, for God shall seek judgment for every deed, including every hidden thing.
I love that.
Yeah. One of his...
Can I also say that someone who has their entire back tattooed, like me, that's not fun.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. It hurts.
It's like pain therapy.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Even an old girlfriend from like when she says, he was the first boyfriend I ever dated and I was blown away with his smile and his love for his family. Although we dated for just a short time, we were able to stay friends after and often talk about life and all the crazy things about it. Last time we talked, he mentioned how awesome it would be to have our children play together. T.S. was one of a kind, and this world will not be the same without him.
Oh, I love that one.
That was really nice. He also was really good friends with this girl who turned out to be a teen mom.
Yeah, I wanted to read that one. Where's it? Do you have it right there?
Yeah, it's somewhere.
Keep going. Yeah, no, keep going. That one.
This
No.
one. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Let me see that one. This one literally like made me stop.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "T.S. I will miss you so much. You were such a great friend to me. When I was a teenage mother, you accepted me for me and would always pay for my lunch. You slept on my couch growing up pretty often after we had hung out all day. I only hold wonderful memories in my heart of you. You were so awesome at everything and so very sweet. You did not own a mean bone in your body. Rest in peace, my friend. You have a lot of people who love you and are thinking of you."
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, it shows the kind of person he was. Like, I want to be friends
For
with him.
sure. A lover. He was just someone who loved people.
Mm-hmm.
He was, everything I've read, I really just keep coming back to, like, he seemed like such an old soul. Like, gentle.
Yeah.
And just caring. Like,
yeah. This one is from a neighbor. This said, every morning we sat at the windows where A and B building connected, like they were across the way. She says, I can remember the intense conversations about Angel and Buffy. I don't know what that means. Maybe a show? I don't know.
or Doc.
Yeah.
Buffy the name?
Yeah, I don't know. She goes, I loved seeing you come into my work and give me a hug. My daughter will never get to meet you like we had talked about. I miss you, my friend. I will carry your spirit with me as long as I live.
Then there's this one that says, T.S. was the nicest guy. If I thought about seeing a movie, I would get his review first. His knowledge of movies was insane. If he was working, I never paid. He wouldn't allow it. My heart breaks for his little girls and his family.
Yeah.
So maybe he did work at a theater.
Yeah, maybe. He went to, how do you say that? Pellissippi State.
That's a small college right by UT, actually. Yeah, Oak Ridge, yeah. I shouldn't say small. It's big, but when it says close to UT, it's small. You know?
Yeah.
And
I think he was probably still in school. This comment from Rachel says, I know he was looking forward to graduating and was boastful during our last conversation. I know that family means a lot to him. He lived every day to provide a promising future for his babies. This is truly an upsetting loss. To his family, I pray you are brought peace sooner than later.
So maybe he had gone back to school?
Maybe, yeah.
This one says, my God, man, I will miss you. We will all miss you. We were the originals. You were the first peer I ever knew who loved The Crow. And when we were 9 years old, that was a big deal. Pretending to be X-Men in the playground. This makes me laugh. I used to play Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yeah.
At recess.
Yeah.
So I'm just like chuckling at like that core memory for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure you and Aaron Hill taught me what the heck Pogs were all about.
I don't know what that is.
We should look it up. Because it definitely has some... I would imagine it's got something to do with X-Men, right?
Oh, yeah. Or it's a typo.
No. Oh,
it printed out weird.
I don't know. Now I think of Pogue because of Outer Banks.
Oh.
But it's spelled differently.
Yeah.
It says, I'm glad I got to talk to you a while back. I never would have thought it would have been our last conversation. Love you, man. We'll make sure your daughters know every happy memory and all the good that you ever did.
Mm-hmm. This one is from his brother. It says that they were brothers. His name's Travis. Mm-hmm. So if you know them. This says, I have so many memories with my brother, it's hard to just pick one. He was a great father, my best friend, and the best brother I could ask for. I love this. We loved to get up and cook breakfast together. He would cook the eggs and toast with pumpkin spice butter, and I cooked fried taters.
Yes!
This was our thing. Every time I eat some fried taters, I will always think about the time we got up and cooked together. I love you, brother.
That's cool. I really love that. Fried taters.
Fried taters.
Jader Mater, sweet potato.
Your song.
No, it's just a shout out to Jade from Teen Mom and my Jade, because that's their little, because they're both Jade.
Yeah.
And Jade from the show, growing up, her friends and stuff, like her family would call her Jade or Mater Sweet Potato. And, you know, Jade, my Jade, is Jade Snacks. So anytime me and Jade from the show are FaceTiming, they talk about Jade or Mater Sweet Potato, and my Jade cracks up because she just loves food.
Yeah.
So it's like a whole thing between the Jades.
Yeah.
Jade Snacks and Jade Mater Tater, basically.
That's so cute.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I wish I could have met him.
I know. He's like such a cool, down to earth, wise,
good energy,
fun, just trying to live life kind of guy.
And just do the best he can, honestly. I know that his dad would not let anyone rest without hearing about this, or like asking to be updated, asking to know what
every week.
Like what they had found, what they've been working on. It's like he refused to like let anyone forget about this.
And not only that, fighting for like actual justice, like getting something done.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have happened without his dad.
I agree. One of the biggest things, which we are not very political, but because of previous cases we've talked about, we haven't always agreed with certain decisions or certain action or lack of action taken in cases in Tennessee. But the governor of Tennessee, Bill Lee, actually put out notice of a reward for any information that was related to this case or led to a large discovery in the case, that's a big deal. Like in any, I know some states don't do that.
Yeah.
But our state is one of them, but it doesn't happen often. And that's a big deal.
Yeah. If you get $10,000
from the state money,
that is a huge deal.
It's a very big deal.
I wonder if anyone got it.
We might find out after
they go to trial.
Yeah. I think it would obviously usually reward money is like led to like apprehension and conviction.
Okay.
So I think it would be after trial.
Yeah.
So obviously they talked to all of his friends and family and stuff, and his dad is like remembering this conversation about his wife at the time. They were kind of going through a divorce. That's why I think he was on the couch, is because they were kind of like not getting along.
Yeah, something that I read or heard said, like, on the surface, anyone looking into like at this family or just like around this family would have thought like, oh my God, they're young people who have daughters. They're just not brand new married, but newly married. Like they're just starting out. They're going to build their lives together. This is so sweet. Like all their whole lives are ahead of them. But that was maybe just what the outside looked like.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, especially for what you were about to say.
What was I about to say?
With what his dad said.
Oh, yeah. He told his dad that if anything ever happens to me, look at Samantha. And I think his dad probably pushed that with police. You got to look at her.
Right.
She was the last adult with him. There was no sign of break-in. They were going through a divorce. I mean,
they were definitely
motive
issues,
and opportunity.
Yeah.
And they believe he was shot with his own gun.
Yeah, his dad really firmly believed that he was shot with his own weapon, which was not the weapon was not found, but also TS's gun was not found at all. It was nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
So if you can't find the murder weapon and the one firearm that you know exists in this apartment, the chances of it being the murder weapon, to me, is high.
Yeah.
There's a very high chance.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure ballistics also showed that those bullets would have come from
the same type of gun.
Yes.
But the gun was not found.
No. That we know of.
So 7 years after this happened in 2014,
this happened in 2014. 7 years later, 2022.
Yeah.
So
February of 2022, they arrest Samantha, now Hindley.
Oh, she was remarried?
No, I think she probably went back to her maiden name, or maybe never changed her name.
Okay.
Samantha Hindley. In February of 2022, she is being held on $1 million bond.
Yeah, she's arrested,
but they don't know
and
why
charged.
And like how it came to be. And probably because it's ongoing.
Yeah, we don't know what information or evidence they uncovered or what information was given to them, but this was literally out of nowhere, and the only reason really eyes open to this was because the dad was checking like the jail logs, inmate logs, like weekly.
Yep.
And saw that she had been arrested and charged with this homicide, but no one knows what.
Why? How?
Bad timing, bad phrase, but what was the smoking gun? Like, what was it that gave them
the evidence,
the ability,
and the fact that it's a
lawful way to do
$1 million bond,
$1 million bond, which means you're not going anywhere, type of thing. I don't know.
It had to either have been someone gave a tip. She talked, and someone gave a tip as to she did it, and there's evidence, a recording, a video, something. Or they found the gun and were able to tie it back to her. Yeah.
I wonder if there was a private investigator.
I could see it.
Hired by, I could too. Because I'm also, his dad is not going to say anything or do anything to mess this case up.
Yeah, and he has a granddaughter that was in her custody. So
yes,
he had to be very careful with what he said.
I'll be honest with you, he probably feels like he has 2 grandchildren in her custody, because his son cared for her like he was her dad, not just a stepdad or some guy. So 2 children in the custody of her. His son had told him, if something ever happens to me, look at her, look at Samantha. So I'm sure he hired a private investigator
and figured it out.
I want to know.
I know.
I want to know. Like, now.
I reached out to some of his family, and hopefully we'll be able to get in touch with them.
Yeah, we've had some reach back out. Hopefully we'll be able to update this episode quickly.
Yeah.
With even if it's just stories about the victim. Like, just something. Because
even if it's, they know the date of the next thing.
Court thing. Yes. Hearing, anything. Oh, man. This stuff stresses me out. Because this is a case we're covering because it is it's so important, but it's hard to, like, we're just giving y'all all the information we could find.
Yeah. This is the first case we've done in a while that didn't include meth that we know of.
Or mental health issues that we know of either.
Yeah. This is a weird one. And the fact that a woman woman is charged in it is even weirder.
And likely to be convicted.
Oh, yeah. I want to know where the girls are. I hope they're not with her mother. But, I mean, her mother has nothing to do with it. I shouldn't say that. I just want them to be around. If his family is half as good as TS is,
right,
I want them to be with them.
Yes.
And still be able to see him, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of times when one parent passes away, the children lose touch with that side of the family. I don't like that.
It's crazy. It's taken me so long to realize that happens because my grandfather, my dad's biological dad, was murdered when he was young.
Mm-hmm.
And I never knew a life without all of my family.
Yeah.
But that's crazy for me to think that people do that because my dad never knew a life without all of his family.
Mm-hmm.
And his dad, who is also my grandfather who raised him, you know what I mean? Like, we have so many family, like, all over the place, but like none were ever. So it's so crazy. And then, I mean, with my situation, like, my 2 kids that are not Ryan's children know Ryan's parents as Mimi and Papa. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I will never understand why people choose to take family away from these kids. Like,
I know, it takes a village.
Yeah, and everyone deserves to know their family if they're not, you know, violent or unsafe. But as I've gotten older, I've realized it's easier for people to just bow out and like forget that other families exist.
Or there's heartache between them.
Yeah.
Fighting.
Yep. I'm just thankful that I realized growing up made a huge difference in how I handled Ryan and his family.
Yeah.
Once I got to a point where I realized, like, oh shoot, this could have been me and my brother or my dad, you know, like we could have never known this family, this part of our family. I didn't realize that until I was in a situation of an ignorant mind could say in control of that. You know, like I didn't understand until I was the adult with the decisions to be made. It's just crazy. Crazy that happens. Kind of sad. Very sad, actually. But hopefully they see them.
I would think so. And someone has to know, too.
Yeah.
Because if this was 2014, the girls were 5 and 7. 7, 8.
One of them is Bentley's age then. 2014, just younger than Bentley, so 13, 14, the oldest one.
Yeah.
The younger one would be 12 now.
Yeah.
11, 12, depending on their birthday, but
that's sad.
Yeah, it is. That's rough.
Well, we'll keep you up to date. I mean, short and sweet, because we don't. Tennessee keeps tight lips.
They do. But honestly, if you're listening to this and you know anything or have any information on the case or know someone that might have information and wants to share, we're just trying to keep it alive.
Yeah.
In hopes of a conviction of the right person, but I also do feel like because he is a victim, but he's a male, it's easier for media to lose interest.
Yeah, and I think it took them 7 years to find enough evidence. If the roles were reversed, the husband would have been charged that night. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. One of those privileged things.
Comes in all shapes and sizes.
And genders.
Yep.
Yeah.
hopefully we'll have an update for y'all soon, at least a little bit more information. But we will definitely be updating y'all too on what we find out about the next hearing.
Yes.
And stuff like that. Do you want me to share our upcoming cases?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, as we were talking about at the beginning of this episode, we've come to find out that as we keep doing this and more people start listening and following, that we get a lot of messages, emails, just all the things for people that have information and or were living in the area or around or ran with a group of people, all of the above, for cases that we had covered a couple weeks ago. So it's usually like a week or 2 or 3 after the episode comes out,
right,
when we receive a, hey, I heard this episode and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So we're going to give you guys a list of the cases that we're going to be covering like throughout the summer, basically, in hopes that if anyone hears this and thinks that they have information or knows someone involved or someone around this case, or they were around it themselves or involved themselves, please reach out to us. Simply because we're just trying to advocate for the victims. But also because some of these cases, a lot of them are still unsolved.
Yeah. Or there's just not enough information out there
for people to understand the severity of it. So, okay, next week we will be covering the Lula Lake murders. That's in Lookout Mountain, Tennessee. In the middle of June, the Tanning Bed murders in Nashville. That one, that's still unsolved.
Yeah. That's insane.
Tanning Bed murders in Nashville, Tennessee. That's, someone knows something.
Oh, yeah. When did that happen? It was like
90s?
Yeah. It was a while ago.
Yeah, I don't have the date of it right here, but yeah, it's been a minute. But this is one of those, like, the resources that investigators and stuff had, plus the situation, just as far as them possibly being working girls, like, probably wasn't top priority, which is crap. But so Lula Lake murders, Lookout Mountain, Tennessee, Tanning Bed murders in Nashville, Tennessee. Then in late June, we've got the Jill Stacy Regilla. Jill Stacy, she was the victim in Hawkins County.
Same county as Summer Wells is in.
Yes.
She's still missing. Go check that episode out.
Yep. And then beginning of July is Sam Pettyjohn, who was the victim in Chattanooga.
Yeah. To some government stuff. He was
lots of government.
He owned a little shop, little market in downtown.
Lots of ties there to very important people.
Yes.
So, you hear this and you know something, you can also reach out to us anonymously. More into July, we have Maurice Johnson, the Valentine's Day murder of 1999 in Cleveland, Tennessee, just up the road. Brittany Sherwood Eldridge, the victim in Knoxville, Tennessee. Cal Logston, the last man hung by court in Tennessee in Jamestown County.
Oh, this is a cray story. You remember?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's cray.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait for that one.
Yes. We're also thinking about traveling a little bit for that one, just to go get some info from just historically. The end of July, we've got Blair Adams, who was a victim out of Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay.
Then,
Oh, that one was a weird one. He was
very weird.
He like lived in Canada.
Yep.
And died in Knoxville.
Mm-hmm.
But that one was weird. And I don't think it's solved.
And a lot of these aren't.
Yeah. No.
We really tried to go back kind of far for these.
Mm-hmm.
Then in August, we've got Donald Boardman, who was a victim out of Marion County, Tennessee. And then on like the week of the 10th and the 14th, like we're hoping to, that's the week we're planning to travel.
Mm-hmm.
I think we may have found the case we might travel for.
Which one?
In Maryland.
Oh, yeah.
But also, we do plan on traveling in August to cover a case that is, we haven't chosen one yet. We've got a couple options, but if you don't live in Tennessee and you think there or have a case that is super important to you and there's information to be found or worked through, then reach out to us, because we haven't completely 100% decided yet.
Yeah.
But we have, a lot of people have reached out to us about cases in other states.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll put a graphic up on social media, on our socials too, for y'all to see for our upcoming cases. So if you have any information or know of anyone, even investigators or officers that were on the case.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah. I feel like we've just kind of got our footing and stuff figured out, and we're ready to take
the next step.
Yeah, a couple extra steps.
Yeah.
Toward like being good at this.
Good podcasters.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna go lay a cold compress on my face.
You need to take you need some hot tea.
I need something.
You do. I can tell you're
my energy. Just
being a girl is so much fun too.
Oh my God.
If you're a girl, you got that. Boys won't get that. They'll be like, "What are you talking about?"
They will never understand the pain. Never.
No.
Have you seen those videos where a girl will go around and she has one of those machines that simulate
the contractions or whatever? Yes.
Every man should do that.
Fact. Especially if you want to have children.
Yeah.
And you care about the person that will be having said child. Oh, well.
And a special shout out to Jenny Lapwood.
No, that was so sweet. I'm so comfortable.
All right, until next time, we're the Expired Podcast.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to the Expired Podcast by Macy Bookout and Natalie Gard. Connect with us. If you have any information on our next cases, please follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. You can also find us on YouTube at Expired Podcast 423. Until next time, thanks for listening to the Expired Podcast.